Let's see. Surprises.
Indolence breeds madness. I see a warrior, a fighter. I see who I was born to be. Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now. You've convinced them, for now.
You seen any gazetteers around? Need to see if the new edition's out yet.
Floric, former advisor to Duke Ravengard, has been found guilty of treacherous and seditious activity against the people of Baldur's Gate. She will be executed 5 days hence.
Little unfounders Forks got it. Didn't see it happen, or thank the gods. City's arms to some proper sick bastards.
I got lost. And then when I found Mummy and Daddy again, they wouldn't get up. I shouldn't have run away. I'm just sorry. I shouldn't have run away. I'm just sorry.
I left.
I shouldn't.
Oh, poor kid found his parents like this. It's a tragedy, yeah. But it's not like we can look after him.
Fireworks. Particularly for Logir's fireworks. Once it's lit, you commit.
Simple craft. It's a way of life for some of us.
Colac and explosives.
May explain why not.
Fireworks will brighten your day.
You and I both. Let's just stay.
Projectile.
Employees only past this point. You want to buy something? Talk to Mr. Sonshall. Ah! Right you are. Head on up then.
Faces, hands, and eyebrows. How do we protect them?
Watch for wind direction. Put on your gloves. And a light at arm's length.
Very good. And what does Uncle Falogir always say?
Once it's lit, you commit.
Excellent! Now remember, Falogir's fireworks accepts no liability for singed nails, toasted eyelashes, loss of limbs, scalded torsos, or blown off heads. Now, you there. What can I do for you?
You feel an all too familiar squirm in the recesses of your mind. He has a tadpole.
Aha! A fellow friend of Gortash. Praise the Absolute. I have a special sample, available just for you, if you wish. This one will be very useful against any and all enemies of Gortash. Be sure to be clear of its explosion area. Please enjoy responsibly, and nowhere near this establishment. Is there anything else I can do for you? What else? I don't know what you mean. We're purveyors of smoke powder. Anything that can be lit, flamed, or fired up. Smoke powder is a beautiful mistress. She will not be limited to one form, and she is quite malleable in the right hands. What are you really asking, friend of Gortash? Forgive me. I did not know I had kept Gortash's humble servant waiting. You may bring this message to him. Everything is right on schedule. The next batch will be dispatched within a 10-day. Exceptional quality, if I do say so myself. The Gondians will know it when they see it. I believe that concludes this purchase order. We very much appreciate Lord Gortash's continued honoring of our humble establishment with his custom. Have you tried the Lanternese candles? Or perhaps the delicate simplicity of a perfectly crafted torch is more to your taste? Of course. Browse responsibly now. Remember, and if it's not a fire...
Maintaining temperature. Steady it. Where's the apprentice when you need one? Down. Something rotten. 10. Good. All fingers intact. I need to change out this barrel soon.
Another friend of Falagir? All right. Just remember the top floor's off limits, password or not. Looking to buy a little something extra, then?
Smoke powder in its earthier forms. For purists only. Don't jostle any of the merchandise.
Finders keepers.
Employees only, past dear. If you're expecting any packages, they'll bring them down to you.
Pipes are looking a little rusted. Scheduled for maintenance.
Can't afford a failure on a critical pipe.
Not critical, just a bastard if it breaks.
This area appears to be off limits. Perhaps you should wander elsewhere.
Pressure steady.
Back for more of Uncle Felagir's finest, are you? That could not be less of your business. Another friend of Felagir? All right. Just remember the top floor's off limits. Password or not. Looking to buy a little something extra, then?
Watch when you need 'em. Pipes are looking a little rusted.
This area appears to be off limits. Perhaps you should wander elsewhere.
My teeth out of the roof beam.
Can't get
There's an apprentice when you need one. Done.
Would you throw it, Steel Watcher? You don't have the pocket money for that. Maybe a little, but you have to pay me.
Ah, you look like someone who can probably read. Can I interest you in a copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Please buy one. Thank you. My first sale. I can't wait to tell Mole.
What do you want me to do? Arrest the smell?
Some help you are. Where's the steel watch when you need it?
Steady temperature. Steady cool. Your spillage under the teeth out of the roof beams. Where's an apprentice when you need one? Done. 8, 9, 10.
So what exactly did you see?
Behold, this tree is plagued by pestilence, yet refuses to die. The goddess Shantia wishes me to save it. I can feel it.
Distinct whiff of undeath to this place.
Set into the mansion's faded exterior, you see the faintest outline of a door. An entrance designed to provide the utmost discretion. Whatever lies behind the door, it guards such secrets closely. It will not reveal them to just anyone. Nothing responds within. It is silent as the grave.
Not to mention the parchment quality of the Gazette.
Philgrave's mansion. Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Something over there.
Just keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Fresh as you'll get. Just discussing the weather, dearie. Nothing of interest to you.
Plenty to do and see in the gate. No need to barge in our private chat.
Pine fingers still keeping out of our
What the hell is that?
Easy.
Let's turn someone inside out.
All right, Karlak. It's go time. I've got it.
I'm ready. Tormented!
I don't fancy their chances.
Need to stay focused. On my way.
Battle favors the fearless. I've found my mark.
gate shall be defended, at any cost. I must act.
It is already over. What's it gonna take?
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods knows what would have happened if you weren't here.
Nasty blighters. They smell like a fish barrel left to rot in the sun.
Time to pack it in for the day, I think.
Thought I'd be used to the smell of fish by now. That smell. Yeah.
My fish for the next 10 days.
Honestly, cycling around is bad for business.
Property in constant use. Gathering strictly prohibited.
Keep calm, Karlak. One bad flare, and you could blow this whole place.
Oh, man! Whiz bangs!
Better.
The city is full of criminals. We can't let them all come. Fine. We'll just stand here until you remember the way, shall we?
With a beautiful lass from the plains. Get out of our alley.
Oh, what a delightfully secluded alley. I would have been in my element here once.
But you consort with a better class of people now, right?
A different class of person. And a different type of consorting.
Let's just stop this conversation right here, shall we?
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people
killed.
On the half-orc's finger, you notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Scurry away, Goobuk, before I crush you.
Though you can't shake the feeling you've seen it before, the emblem's purpose is beyond your recall.
Arm can be anywhere you like. Nose, kneecaps, fingernails. Another one come to take our coin and clog our halls. Fine, I'll show you in. Nine Fingers will give you orders. In you go, before I change my mind.
Well, well. The fabled haunt of Nine Fingers King.
Never visited before. I thought you got around.
I sometimes wondered if Viconia had returned to the Underdark. But instead, she brought her sordid little patch of darkness to the city with her. Wherever we go, ye gods, let there be something green.
Sharp as ever.
The Guildhall has one rule. All crime stays in the city streets, where it belongs. Break this rule, and you die.
Wow, look who it is! Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketteric's coffers. Ready to do some business? Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time. Sure is. We work for Fetcher, handling what you might call pre-owned goods. Talk to Sticky. He'll cut you a deal. I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play. Ready to do some business?
Gazette has a transcript of a conversation with Archduke Gortash.
Interviews, politics, gossip. All of it gets in that bloody Baldur's Mouth rag.
So you stopped queuing because you felt funny?
I mean, yes, mostly. Why did you stop it?
I am a gentleman who may venture where he pleases. It's you who must mind where you go. Do not worry. The only moment you're living is
There's people down there on the docks going about their business.
We'll get to them.
Cazador always warned us to stay clear of this neighborhood. Never said why, though.
The last one who tried was sunk into the cobblestones and left for the sun to find. I had an unfortunate taste for theatrics in my youth.
Yes. That was probably it.
My parents. What's been done to them?
Whatever secrets this Githyanki knew, the Sharons made sure its corpse couldn't reveal them.
My parents are still captive. I need to free them.
You can't be. Another vile trick.
No. There is no trick. It's her. Jennifer. Jan. Our little girl.
Moon Maiden's grace. It is you.
I'm here to get you out of here. They're all gone. It's over.
It is not over. You see, it matters not if you raise this place. If you slay every one of your brothers and sisters. That was never where my power resided. Every time you tried to step away from me, every time you tried to reach for Selûne, my hold on you bites deeper. If you had learned, if you had obeyed, there would be no pain. But you struggle on. You will make things worse for yourself. And for them. I am neither. I am nothing. I am the empty room. The dreamless sleep. The shadow's shadow. There was no pain before my sister set the sun aflame. Now you exist to suffer. Until you find your way back to my embrace.
Enough! I'm taking my parents away from here. I'm taking them away from you!
You cannot. We are still bound to you. You cannot both free us and free yourself from her curse. The Moon Maiden needs you more than she needs us. You are the future. You must return to the fold. We are the past. And our duty is almost done.
Eloquently put. His mind stood up well to his time here. The same cannot be said for your mother. Such brief, fragile lives humans lead. This is my final lesson. I leave you now to dwell on your mistakes and make your choice.
Shah's parting words make your flesh crawl. There is no lesson to be learned here, only a family's torment, a spiteful goddess's whims, and an unspeakable choice to be made.
She's gone. I don't understand.
Shah will never admit defeat. Not until she has stolen one last thing from you. We cannot allow your future to be her last prize. Not after all your mother and I have endured. To see you again. Your companion understands, I think. Help her, please. Help her see what must be done.
No, I can't. I came here for them.
And you did. You found us. All these years, that dream kept us going. That you would break free. No matter what they made you do to us, we knew you were still in there.
I knew the Dark Woods wouldn't frighten you. You were always such a brave girl.
She was, and still is. You've saved us. Now save yourself. You'll be out of Shah's reach, and we'll be at peace.
I only just found you again after all this time. I can't lose you again.
We'll still be with you. By the Moon Maiden's grace, we'll never be far. Please, Jennifer.
Is this truly what you want?
It is what we need. All of us. You were meant to be a guiding light for Seluna's faithful, but they robbed you from us. Now that can be righted, and we can rest.
Help us, Jen. I can let go. Now I've seen your face again.
Goodbye.
Not goodbye. Not even close.
Moonmotes. They bring Seluna's light to dark places and offer guidance to those in need. My parents are watching over me. Let's leave this place. There's nothing more for me here. Shadowheart, still. I can't run away from who I was all this time. Besides, there's something fitting to it. Can't cast a shadow without some light. My parents. I saw them. Spoke to them. And let them go. It's more than I can take in just now. Give me a night to try and get my head together.
A huge, polished disc looms before you. A mirror. One used by the Sharans to plunder memories from the minds of others.
This feels familiar to me somehow. I'm sure I've stood before this mirror before. Many times, perhaps.
I brought my own pairing nut.
What Shadowheart did for her parents was a profound act of love. Her courage is... well, it's quite something to behold. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the...
Shadowheart's parents are at peace. And so... Darling, Darling, I'm hurt. It sounds...
I'm so glad Shadowheart's ordeal is over. It'll be a long time before she'll come to terms with all this. But at least now, she can start. Free of Shah.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice, adjudicators of diabolical contracts and...
Fucking hells!
Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Wyll.
Silence, Karlach. Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain. You always were your father's son. Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. anima ad beator.
Seems you've got a new mission, pup. Go save your father. He's locked in a very nasty place. Gortash's secret command center and prison. Lucky for you, I know the way in. I'll mark your map. After all, a deal's a deal. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
I figured it out. Exactly what I want to do with you. I want to go on a date. A first date. No weapons, no monsters, no mysterious voices. Just you and me and dinner.
Please say yes.
Yes! Oh, amazing. Put on your least bloody tunic and meet me back here. Oh, I'm so excited! Don't keep me waiting too long.
That preening vulture seems intent on haunting our camp. I suppose we shall find out if her kind sleep, and how heavily. I think that if I had the chance to snatch someone I loved from the jaws of death, I would not be asking for anyone else's opinion. You are a good man, Wyll. And that is what your devil will use to bind you, in as many ways as she knows how. A man might twist himself into something else just to escape that collar. But I have no such fears for the blade. I have given you much reason to think that Harpers hoard secrets like precious stones, but I promise you, this was not some intrigue. Just, plain and simple foolishness. As if by keeping clear of my family, I might keep them clear of the cult in turn. And if this fight were to go against us, well, they had already done their mourning. Why visit it on them twice? Of course I was. You met her, did you not? The girl had opinions before she had teeth. I was wrong to think I could keep my children from this fight. They're Baldurian born and bred. The only damned reason I root myself in this place. This city is a cesspit. An open sewer of the soul that taints us with its filth and churns us out when all that is good has been stripped away. It also happens to be their home. And so it is mine. Ugh. That might be the first time I have said that out loud. Now come. We had best get to saving it. Lest Ryan turn her ire on us both.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
It can't have been easy to resign yourself to keeping the pact. But I'm glad you choose your father. Most are lost forever, Some may creep back into my mind if I encounter anything that helps clear the fog. Then there's what Shah did restore to me. Memories of pain, suffering, both my own and what I inflicted. It's overwhelming. Like a lifetime's worth of nightmares unleashed all at once upon waking. I can barely untangle one moment from another, not that I even want to. I just know that my heart sinks if I let my thoughts wander to them. Perhaps. But in the meanwhile, I'll just have to find a way to live with them. Shah seeks to break people, to fill their lives with despair so that they will turn to her for relief. Perhaps she thought this would lead me back to her in time. But it won't. I fought too hard to win my freedom. I will not give it up again, no matter how much it hurts.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. One grand victory may not be enough to absolve a host of small failures. That is where true leadership lies. Not in winning a single vast battle, but in fighting 1,000 smaller ones. Making 10,000 difficult decisions. Finding balance where none seems possible. Day after day. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid. To be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely, and for so long, I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while. Perhaps people lost faith. Or forgot about it. I wanted to come here. To see if I felt anything that I hadn't done before. Now that I know what I know. Now that I know who I am. Loss. Actual loss, not Shah's oblivion. I had my family. For too short a moment. Now they're gone. By my hand. I'll follow. But I think I want to stay here a little longer, firstly. This place isn't familiar, but it's peaceful. Shadowheart. She's as much a part of who I am as Jennifer. Can't just forget her. It's not what I do anymore. Besides, Shadowheart still suits me. Even better than before, perhaps. You can't cast a shadow without some light.
Oh, Wyll. There is such a thing as being too good, you know? I don't want Zariel to have you. I can't stand it, but it's done, isn't it? If the gods are gods, they won't let Wyll Ravengard's soul stay forever in the hands of Zariel. You're too precious for that. Go on.
Please, wait. I did not want this. I could not stop it. It's this place, this city. I can feel its corruption eating away at me. I should not be here. No one should be here. It has made a monster of me. It has everything to do with this place. The rot is all around us. Sylvanas has abandoned this place. It's nothing but stone, grime, smoke, pain. The trees choke here. The animals hang from butcher's hooks. Nature is dying in the gutter! There is only one god fit to be bowed to in this place. The last god who will ever be knelt before. Then all of this will tear itself apart. My body is trying to fight the corruption. But it's losing. And my mind will succumb soon after. I will not allow it. I will not surrender control. Even in this place, there are still innocents. So close to grasping the problem, but you fell short all the same. You had better sharpen those wits if you hope to spare your friend the true blade.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my netherstone you seek, little piggy? Hush, hush. Orin will take care of you and your little pet. Nothing. No, not a thing. Still gasping and gagging on the foul airs of Baal's temple. I will not slice. His kind die too easily. The murder lord demands a better offering. Something new. Sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you. Kethric's killer turned the corpse lover to carrion when you took his stone. Oh, but he was a dull kill. No blood to spill, no guts to rip. A desiccated husk, all dust and hollow. You must be sharpened before you set your edge against my skin. You'd prefer my whispers in the tyrant's tongue, hmm?
You've heard Gortash's whispers. I see how your skull swarms with his promises. He whinges and wails over the crown of Karsus, wanting to command it without me. Oh, how I long to slit his poxy smile from ear to ear. But I can't touch him. He bound my blade when we first conspired. Gortash didn't want me at first. Didn't trust me. Got me to wag my tongue, swear an oath never to hang him from the hooks. Drip drain him into father's open jaws. You must kill the tyrant. Take the netherstone from his corpse and bring it to my temple.
There we slice and shred each other. The survivor claims the stones. What's left of the other is Baal's. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine. So will your friend.
Orin demands a fight to the death. The prize for the victor, the netherstones. and the chance to control the crown alone. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Warren's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
The promise of slaughter, of pain and humiliation, and the sound of blood dropping into the gutter. Do not underestimate his steel watch. Seek their cradle in the lower city and skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then you can gore the lordling again and again and again. But listen close, Bone Killer. Step in my domain while the tyrant still sucks air, and I will carve your failure into your pretty plaything's skull. Bring me his stone, and I will set the bait free. Only then can you and I make exquisite butchery. The victor will set the world to slaughter. That is Baal's offer. He will not make another.
Excuse me, madam. Hello. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excuse me, just a little gold. 9, 10.
I mean, yes, mostly. Why did you stop queuing then?
I couldn't take standing in that godforsaken line a moment longer. Felt like I was going to faint.
Fair enough. And they'd probably chuck you in the river if you did.
Probably. Oh, unless...
Like graffiti. It almost looks like it was done in my hand. Did I do this?
Hey.
My parents are still captive. I need to free them.
Get your copy of the Boulder's Mouth. Looks great as... Get them right here.
You will pay once order is received.
Here, here. Should be home with her loved ones.
Restricted area. Top security.
We'll get to them soon enough.
Ooh. Wouldn't mind shacking up in a place like this.
Yes, and quite an attractive target for Githyanki raiders. They'd plunder the village and fly off with the spoils.
What are you, pirates?
To my people, all the plains are a vast garden to be weeded and picked.
Well, tell your mates to keep their hoes out of Baldur's Gate.
There's gold in there. Donations, I reckon.
To them.
It can't be. Another vile trick.
No. There is no trick. It's her. Jennifer. Jan. Our little girl.
Moon Maiden's grace. It is you.
I'm here to get you out of here. They're all gone. It's over.
It is not over. You see, it matters not if you raise this place. If you slay every one of your brothers and sisters. That was never where my power resided. Every time you tried to step away from me, every time you tried to reach for Selûne, if you had learned, if you had obeyed, I am neither. There was no pain before.
Enough!
You cannot. We are still... The Moon Maiden needs you more...
Eloquently put. This is my final lesson.
Shah's parting words make your flesh crawl. There is no lesson to be learned here, only a family's torment, a spiteful goddess's whims. and an unspeakable choice to be made.
She's gone. I don't understand.
Shah will never admit defeat. Not until she has stolen one last thing from you. We cannot allow your future to be her last prize. Not after all your mother and I have endured. To see you again. Your companion understands, I think. Help her, please. Help her see what must be done.
No, I can't. I came here for them.
And you did. You found us. All these years, that dream kept us going. That you would break free. No matter what they made you do to us, we knew you were still in there.
I knew the Dark Woods wouldn't frighten you. You were always such a brave girl.
She was, and still is. You've saved us. Now save yourself. You'll be out of Shah's reach, and we'll be at peace.
I only just found you again after all this time. I can't lose you again.
We'll still be with you. By the Moon Maiden's grace, we'll never be far. Please, Jennifer.
But the curse will just have to go on like this. Suffering. I didn't come this far just to give up at the final hurdle. We're leaving this place together. I'm going to take care of you.
Our time has passed, Jennifer. You must not let us burden you.
You're no burden. You're my strength. I think I know where my willful side comes from now.
But...
Hush, Arnel. Jen wants her family. Jen shall have her family. How can we help, dear?
Get out of this place as soon as your strength allows. There's a camp. You'll be safe there. Everything that's happened. Shah, my parents. It's almost too much to take in. Give me a night to try and get my head together.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. That is, I was all too eager to surrender. Still, forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely and for so long. Did you find time to speak with your partner? A potentially delicate...
Shadowheart's search is concluded. The Night Singer may inflict pain upon her, but never her will. What about him? Very well.
Credit where it's due. Shadowheart is tenacious and tougher than I expected. Pain can break anyone, but she bore it well and got what she wanted, even if she's damned herself to a lifetime of that same pain.
Privilege to witness such a reunion. Shadowheart deserves to have her family restored, when Shah has taken so much from her already.
Shadowheart looks so happy, doesn't she? She seems, found. In a way she never seen before, even when she was most devoted to Shah. Her folks must be so glad to have her back. And to see who she's become. Go on. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Testament.
No tomb. You've heard of such devils.
Holy fucking hells. You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Wyll.
Silence, Karlach. Choose. You always were your father's son. Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Seems you've got a new mission, pup. He's locked in a very nasty place. Lucky for you. Ah, you know what? Not for the greater good.
That little hideaway that we found in the cloister, it almost felt like I'd found a piece of my childhood. Childhood I don't truly remember. But remember it or not, I felt right at home there. Surrounded by books and night orchids. Maybe. Or maybe I already liked night orchids and I chose that place because of them. The particulars of childhood can grow hazy even if your memories haven't been tampered with. But I felt safe there. I know that much. Well, can you imagine what it would have been like growing up in that place? Endless training, no privacy, facing scorn wherever I looked. I can very easily imagine I needed somewhere to escape to, if I was to survive. Nocturne and I must have come here a lot. We probably had plenty we wanted to hide from. Anyway, I think that little hideaway helped shape who I am, as much as any sermon or training did. Funny, the things that influence you.
Did you find time to speak with your partner? A potential...
I heard birdsong at dusk coming here. You don't know what it's like to hear music like that again. After... Thank you. My daughter found her way in the end, and found a good friend in you along the way. Apologies. Even the littlest thing wears me out. I should rest a little. We'll talk soon, Arnell.
You've shown great kindness, allowing my wife and I to remain with you. Thank you. I'm glad Jennifer found you. There must be stories you could tell. But perhaps another time. I'm afraid my strength has not returned just yet. Decades in that place has left me maimed. Body and soul. Some rest, perhaps, will make me better company.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can. Are you sure that's the best course of action? Confirm.
Why the stunned face? You look like you've seen a devil. I am a woman of my word. Go to Gortash's secret prison, and I'll help you spring your daddy free. Of course, you could always leave him to rot. But that would make your sacrifice worthless, and I know you wouldn't want that. Focus on the elder brain, Wyll. I'd hate to clog that infected head of yours with needless details. You're a gifted hunter, pup. And Zariel's made her share of enemies in and out of the hells. Devils, demons, deserters. They're a great burden on the Lord of the First. Clause G, Section 9. Targets shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. The clause holds, Wyll. Don't tug on my leash, and you'll be stalking only the wickedest prey. It's a win-win. You have the best ideas. Oh, you always were an inquisitor. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each I call the first hell my home. Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm. How I adore it. The delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all. I'm afraid that's not an option. I'm quite stubborn, you see. Take a swing or a stab if you want, but I'll just slip away for a breather. One of the perks of being a half-devil, of course. Besides, if you did manage a killing blow, I wouldn't be the only victim. You'd be sucked into Avernus and take up arms in the blood war. And I'm not done with you yet, pup. Our future together looks real bright. Why? I'm supplying you with every scrap of your infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand. Come for a chat?
I figured it out. Exactly what I want to do with you. I want to go on a date. A first date. No weapons, no monsters, no mysterious voices. Just you and me and dinner.
Please, say yes.
Yes! Oh, amazing. Put on your least bloody tunic and meet me back here. Oh, I'm so excited! Don't keep me waiting too long.
You gave up your freedom to save your father? I will never understand you, Ravengard.
Time and again, your plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. Your father owes you his gratitude. I hope for your sake he is gracious enough to offer it, given what it cost.
Oh, Wyll. There is such a thing as being too good, you know? I don't want Zariel to have you. I can't stand it, but it's done, isn't it? If the gods are gods, they won't let Wyll Ravengard's soul stay forever in the hands of Zariel. You're too precious for that. Go on. Choose. So much for the selfless hero. Fiat Ita.
Fiat Ita.
Choose. You all fear. See, he's locked in a lucky thing. You know what? Not.
I figured it out. Exactly what I want to... Please, say yes. Yes! Oh, amazing. Give me a beat to run ahead. I want to make sure everything's absolutely perfect. See you there. Hi. Hi. You made it. You look nice. Thank you. Baldurian seafood stew. No, thank you. What do you think you'll have? Just what I had in mind.
Huh?
2 of the Rothe ribs, please. And 2 glasses of... And 2 glasses of wine. So... You're an adventurer, right? How's that going? I know, but this is our first date, remember? Tonight, you're a mystery to me. Exactly. Anything you'd like to know about your enigmatic new paramour? Right here in Baldur's Gate, more or less. My folks are long gone now, but they raised me in the outer city. Dad was a porter in town, Mum did laundry. Still think of her when I smell clean sheets. We were poorer than dirt, but my gods, we had fun. What about you? Might have, if you spent any time in the outer city. We didn't exactly hide ourselves under a bushel. Oh, hey, here comes our food. Hey, Henk, I think we ordered the...
Jableeder.
Worst guy I ever met. Anyway, how about a toast? Oh, shit! May we live every day like it's our last. Because you never know when your last will come. Oh, that was great. The food and the company. Whatever do you mean? We're just 2 normal people living normal lives, very, very normally. I know I can't stay forever.
here. With you. In fact, I feel like I don't have long left at all. We've been through so much, and the worst is yet to come. I have every reason to feel terrified, hopeless, like giving up. But to be here, with you, in the city I love, in this world that I love so much, it's all I could really ask for. You hear me? You're all I could ever ask for. I love you. And I know that whatever else this city will throw at us, we can handle it. Come on. There's something I want to show you upstairs. No. After you. Want to play pretend? You and me. Let's imagine I get to live 50 more years. We have a whole life ahead of us. What do we do? You know what? That was never part of my plan. But in this fantasy, I can picture it. You, me, two little us's. That's a pretty picture, isn't it? Damn it. I wish I had a longer road ahead of me. I want to walk it with you. I'm not really tough enough to face any of this, you know. I'm scared shitless. But there's a courage in me I never knew I had. I've always thought I was fearless. Never scared of a fight, of the future. But dying has taught me so much. There's no courage in fearlessness. There's courage in being fucking terrified, but still going forward. Still being grateful. Still trying. We're going to save this city. Together. It's going to be the last thing I do. Call me when you work out the secret to immortality. Until then, I'm just going to get busy living my life. The only one I've got.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while. Perhaps people lost faith. Or forgot about it. I wanted to come here. To see if I felt anything that I hadn't done before. Now that I know what I know. Now that I know who I am. No. For so long I only felt what she wanted me to. Now I have so much time's been lost already. Most of it I can't even remember. And what I do remember, it would have been so much easier to just become a monster. I have my family back. And now I can't even look them in the eye. I don't deserve to be anyone's daughter.
That's not true.
Not even close.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to see me like this.
Alive? Free? Feeling? I've dreamt for years of seeing you like this.
Seeing you as yourself again, Jen. It kept us going all this time.
I can't be your Jennifer. Not as you remember her.
Of course you can.
No. I'd be turning my back on too much. Shadowheart is as much part of who I am as Jennifer. I can't just forget her. That's not what I do anymore. Besides, Shadowheart still suits me. Even better than before, perhaps. Can't cast a shadow without some light. Don't worry. I'm still your daughter. If you want me to be.
I'll call you whatever you like, so long as you're happy. Arnell?
The Moon Maiden guides and helps us find our true selves. Shadowheart. Daughter.
That little hideaway that we found in the cloister. But remember it or not, I felt right at... Don't tempt me. Might find it hard to leave. Well, can you imagine what it would have been like growing up in that place? Endless training, no privacy. I can very... Anyway, I think that little hideaway helped...
You sacrificed a great deal for your family, Wyll. The pact may stand, but the strength of your character is clear. I've been unfair, but honestly, you've surpassed. Then you'll have... I had hoped there might be a greater sense of balance within the city. That its walls might enable sheltering within it to foster community, peace. Yet it is not so. Unnatural steel beings patrol the streets. You saw how that young boy was being treated on the streets, didn't you? That man considered him a stain. Sometimes it is difficult to see exactly what we are fighting to save here. Sometimes it feels like Korga was right. Nature can only survive away from all this. You are right. I cannot repeat her mistakes. Thank you. Your wisdom shines through even in dark moments. I shall not give in to despair. Not while there is still the chance of a future worth fighting for.
Forgive me. I was lost in my thoughts, as usual. I've found myself in something of a quandary. Yours is an opinion I'd gladly hear on the matter. A puzzle for the mind I'd solve quite comfortably. Unfortunately, this is a struggle for the heart. I fear our unwillingness to make difficult decisions is doing more harm than good. I regret straying from Mistra's instruction. All the suffering around us, it is our fault. I am reconsidering taking a more drastic approach. Every day we spend inching our way towards our enemies is a day we choose to let countless die in the Absolute's path. We both know the orb I carry inside me is powerful enough to burn away the Absolute's blight in an instant. But what stays my hand? Obstinacy? Misplaced morals? Simple fear of dying? You? The inevitable has been delayed far too long already. No more. I say, it's time to make a stand. Deadly serious. This is the burden we must carry. To condemn the few to save the many, or Baldur's Gate will only be the first city to fall. The day will come when I lose control of the power within me anyway. There's nothing you or I can do to stop that. God's damned if I'm gonna let it be for nothing. If Mystra gave me one purpose, it was this. To destroy Baldur's Gate and the Absolute with it. There isn't. Casey verum vidiant.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my netherstone you seek, little piggy? Hush, hush. Orin will take care of you and your little pet. Nothing. No, not a thing. Still gasping and gagging on the foul airs of Baal's temple. I will not slice. His kind die too easily. The Murder Lord demands a better offering. Something new, sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you. Kethric's killer turned the corpse. You must be sharpened before you'd put...
You heard. Oh, Gortash, you.
There.
Orin, accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse.
Do not... But listen. Bring me... that.
That face thief Orin's made off with Gale. We'll need to rescue him. Unless we actually intend to kill Gortash for her.
Orin has made off with Gale. We must rescue him. Unless you wish to kill Gortash for her.
Orin thinks Gale's abduction is an ultimatum to kill Gortash. Foolish woman. As if I needed more reason than I already had.
The great Orin the Red tugs your sleeve, sulking for attention. She might come to regret it yet.
Gale has lived under the threat of death for some time. But Orin will make him beg for it, if we give her the time.
That bloody freak won't get away with this. That's my wizard she took, and we're gonna get him back.
Oakfather preserve you. The city, you mean? With all its noise, smoke, stone, and bustle? I would not be here given the choice, but I promised you my support, and that is what you shall have. Still, though, this place crawls with life, but little of it flourishes. I see refugees unhoused, the destitute unwanted, orphans unloved. The city is like a forest with an overgrown canopy. Light and nourishment cannot penetrate to those who need it the most, and still it draws them in. The safety of numbers, the promise of civilization, the dream of better. All that potential is too often destined to die in the dark and rot in the gutter. I wish there was a better way. I wish everyone could see the sun, have a full belly, and know nature as a friend. There is a balance that is yet to be found. Listen to me, preaching like an initiate in his cups. Yes, I hope so. But we have a battle to win before any of that. Then you'll have me.
I expected Baldur's Gate to be insipid, stale, wholly without merit. But it's got a vicious bite to it. Delightful.
It seems that events at Denthelans have overtaken us. My contact there just sent word. The Harpers have been fractured, infiltrated by doppelgangers. Perhaps we might have done something to help, or just fallen into the trap along with them. Oh, I only have myself to blame. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
A hero of Baldur's Gate who fought alongside Jaheira during the time of troubles. Minsk is a legend.
Why am I not surprised that young Wyll was well fed on folktales? Street whalers spin stories from the time of troubles. And they save the strangest ones for Minsk. It happens that in his case, most of them are true. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minth charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far, but it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minth's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path.
A name known and feared throughout the city's underworld. A mysterious Keen runs the guild, which in turn runs every criminal enterprise in the city.
Friend is not the word I'd use. Nor is petty if you've a mind to keep your tongue. But both our operations step outside the law when needful. She just likes it better there. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking. As you wish.
Hey. Help. Why the stunned face? You look like you've seen a devil. You dug your own hole, pup. I merely supplied the claws. I've always been the giving type, after all. To wit, go to Gortash's secret prison, and I'll help you spring your daddy free. Of course, you could always leave him to rot, but that would make your sacrifice worthless, and I know you wouldn't want that. Why? Like I said, I'm the giving type.
disguise can serve a warrior of the Dark Lady better than any armor. That's what they always told us. I think this was my favorite part. Putting these on. Pretending to be someone else. I suppose that's been my whole life.
Mannequins? What are these for? Finders keepers. Let's see.
What now?
Assume nothing.
I wonder what the next move is.
I am ready.
I'd love to, thanks.
The pride of the gate.
Enough waiting. I crave blood. Blackets will be done.
speak to me. Sharp as ever. Father, shield your servant!
For the fallen.
Shall we dance?
The blade will not bend.
Let's have some carnage.
Can't give up.
Let us see the battle won.
Consider my hackles raised.
Watch this.
Unleash me!
Still standing, no matter what you heard. Better you feed the soil.
Go for the throat. On my way.
I will ascend. My path be true.
Oak Father, ease my way.
Sylvanas, guide my blows. I shall not rest.
Time to kill.
Just a peek. What have we here?
Wonderful little beast. Nimble as anything. There was a squirrel in the tree. Marvelous creature. Inquisitive and nut-crazed. Halsin. Is he of the Feybergs? The candelabra makers? Perhaps it was Hagrin. Wonderful craftspeople, but truly terrible deal-makers. Oh, just tired, I suppose. It's been quite a long day. Or at least I think it has. You wouldn't happen to know where I live, would you? I see. It must have just slipped my mind. These things happen.
This is more than a lapse, you sense. Something's been done to the man's memories.
Well, I remember I was sad. But in truth, I'm not quite sure what caused it. I'm not even sure I know what sad is anymore. And I came from that building over there. They were very nice to me. Seemed very helpful. Although, for the life of me, I can't recall what I was doing there in the first place. There must be, you would think. You know, I can swear there is someone, but their name escapes me. Hells, even their face escapes me. A figment of my imagination, perhaps. Oh, it will come back to me. Or not. I'm content enough here, in either case.
Pardon my singing.
That lullaby's been stuck in my head since... Funny. I can't recall.
How can you tell?
Can't you feel?
If you're looking for ghosts, you can be sure there's a...
I hear you were spotted being normal in the singing loot car, like. Are you feeling all right?
Seemed like the right thing to do. I've never really tried normal before.
And how did you find the quiet life?
It was nice. It was really nice.
I never thought I'd see the day our champion of the Hells has gone soft.
Maybe I have. Finally.
A good day to you, sir. I apologize, but Lady Janeth is not currently welcoming visitors. If you are here with regards to her recent marriage, you may leave any gifts or warm wishes with me, and I will ensure she receives them. Forgive me. As you can hear, Lady Janeth is indisposed at present. Please come back another time. Do as you wish.
Let's get on with it.
Defender of the people.
Can't afford to stay idle.
First, your request confused me, but then I became curious.
Think you might like to try it for yourself sometime?
Terribly underestimating.
Depends on the company.
Well, good thing for us both, I make for riveting company.
I know you don't. Doesn't want to pay us fair, then we're well in our rights to look out for ourselves.
Flowers are so overrated. They're bright, gaudy, and almost never make good poisons.
The colours are frightfully vivid, but I've come to grow fond of Faerun's flora. Delicate stems growing from mighty roots.
Could barely sleep for a 10-day.
Each their own, I suppose. Although I am right.
There's no cure for a broken heart. But a bit of sunlight and fresh air helps. Sometimes.
Beautiful day, isn't it? Do make the most of it. You never know how many you've got left.
Something over there.
This better be good.
That might be worth a look.
Do you ever think we should have had another one?
Doesn't matter what we think now. It would have broken us back then.
But if we'd only made the effort, if we'd only pushed through.
I know, love. I think about it too. Remember when she fell down the stairs and split her chin?
I felt horrible about that one. Could barely sleep for a 10-day.
Couldn't wait to show off the scar to her friends at school. Keep guessing. Make it happen.
The hammer's gonna fall.
I will ascend. This is your end.
Oak Father, give me your strength.
coming through.
Ready. I will ascend. Taking position.
We shall prevail.
Let's finish this.
On the victor's path.
Orders.
Forever dauntless. Here goes nothing.
Do you know, I think we have given offense.
Time to strike.
Let's go.
Got it. Got it.
Time to strike.
Let our enemies' corpses nourish the ground.
Not but another harvest.
Time to move.
Tormented!
When she was little, I couldn't wait for a time when she would stop needing us so much. But I'd give to be needed now.
I still need you.
Either watch or leave.
It's not a lie. If you would just listen, I could explain.
You have done quite enough explaining, Volothamp Gadam. You have poisoned the very hearts and minds of these good, kind, gentle citizens with your lies, your delusions, your conspiracies. Though you hide behind a mask of stories, we have seen beyond the veil. We see what you really are. Fearmonger. Hear, hear! Attention seeker. Hear, hear! Agent of chaos.
Your parasite stirs in recognition. This man is infected.
Let the hells follow! Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore. Today, we burn away all falsehoods. Today, we will be divided no longer, for today, we rise in truth.
Psst. Don't just stand there. Help me, goddammit! Help me!
This damsel may be middle-aged, but let's get him out of distress, hmm?
The newcomer speaks, and speaks of evidence, and trials, and justice. And in so doing, they delay their very own salvation. Dear citizen, dear friend, rest assured you will have your justice. But I'm afraid the time for trials has passed. Now is the time for judgment!
No! Please! No!
want to...
Chin up. This'll help.
This is my time.
Victory awaits. Let my name be known.
We shall carry the day.
Want another?
Let's end this.
Will you bring it?
Whatever may come, I stand ready.
What must be done? Only the worms have use for it.
I'm spent. I should unwind in camp.
That put the wind back in my sails.